Hey everyone, thanks for joining us again. We went out on a very cold morning out to Millington, Tennessee, and we were fortunate to hunt this home that was built in 1925. We had a great time. We found some goodies, and we're going to show you what we found. I'm sure we'll be back because I don't think we got it all. We had 9 acres to hunt, so let's go. Okay, first dig. I always like to show that one. I think all I got here was a couple of pieces of scrap. Looked like came off the edge of a window or maybe some part of a car. What do y'all think? And we're going to go check in with David, and he has found a delicious sought after bottle cap.
Got a penny signal here, guys, and flip this over. Got my first, looks like a Lincoln Memorial.
Coin addiction satisfied.
Stinking Lincoln. Well, we're on the right track. Gary's over there under the big tree. We got a hawk up here at the top of this tree, serenading us as we're digging. I don't know if you can see him up there. See you at the next target.
Okay, back to one of my finds. I'm going to call this a tent stake. Tell me what you think that is. It's pretty heavy type, kind of an aluminum something. I want to get a shot of this awesome tree. We hunted around it pretty good, but we're kind of challenged with the amount of scrap that we were finding around it. So looking forward to going back to hunt around it again. There's got to be some goodies around it. And now for this next thing, I found this bolt, and I'm not sure what kind of bolt it is. It's got some kind of a square head thing around it. If you ever seen one of those, let me know. David's trying to convince me he's found this precious ring. It is a ring. And then I ran into this deal where they have what they call down guys. You can see in the picture there, the yellow part is what I found in the ground that holds the down guy or piece of wire in place to put tension on poles if they have a heavy conductor on it. Was going to try to get that out and decided no, there's no way I'm getting that out once I realized what it was. And here's a spoon I found. Don't know what age it is. Didn't find a manufacturer name on it, but I managed to break it. I went ahead and decided to try to bend it out, and I broke the thing. It's not completely broken, but it eventually will be.
Just found another Lincoln Memorial in this hole right here. Not far from the other hole. I just we're gonna keep. There are probably people dropping stuff as they're getting out of the driveway right there. But on the way to the house, to the front door there. So.
Okay, there was no shortage of this stuff that day. Just another piece of rang up really good. Just scrap metal of some kind. Not sure if it was copper, what it was made of, but there was plenty of it. Now this next item is a lifting hook, but I'm not sure. I couldn't find a history really on the company. There's a marking on one side of it that says BTC. Couldn't really find a history on that company, but the other side says 3001 HT. Is that the lifting capability of this hook? Not really sure. If there's someone more familiar with what the technical markings on lifting hooks are, then let me know. David's about to head off to the rest of this property, huge property. Up on the top of that other hill there's a property he's going to go search in a minute. And I found like a 3 to 4 inch coupling. Nothing fancy, man, it was heavy. That'll go on the Fence of Fame. Man, what a gorgeous day it was too.
Just found a old wheat penny in this hole here. Don't know how it got in there. If you can see it or not.
satisfied.
I'll try to throw this thing back. Hopefully it'll turn into some silver. Alright, we'll let you know if we find something better.
Just to tell you how gracious a host we had, Laura, who's at the top of the hill there, came down to the bottom of this hill in a golf cart and said, I'm going to make you and David lunch. And so she brought me this sandwich. And she's coming back now with some water, I think. Just can't say enough good things about how gracious she was.
Let's see what this 25 is. Big piece of lead. Keep trying.
Well, look who's returning from having searched from yon hill. You know, I was always wondering how David was able to cover so much more territory than me. Okay, I started to leave this out, but I wanted to see our last little bit where everybody's together. Again, Laura's a very gracious host. Her mom, too. We even met her aunt. One reason we got a late start was we had such a good time talking to them, and we even got another permission out of it. So anyway, we're about to go through all the goodies that we found. As you know, we do the good, the clad, and the ugly. I'm going to start with my good. Found a few items. That big old coupling, lifting hook. Man, that thing's heavy. I don't know if I showed digging that, but an old chain. And the spoon I managed to break. It's got quite an ornate top to it. Hadn't determined yet if it's got any silver on it or not. Did not find any coins here. My coin addiction was not satisfied on this date. And now for the ugly. We had a bunch of scrap. Man, there was so much of that. So much of that. See the little tent stake in there. I even found some plastic stuff. A metal rod, a big old stake of some kind, spike. The aluminum scrap I found first. Found a couple of grommets. I found, it's odd, they were nowhere near each other. I found one over by that tree. Found this one, though, down in her mother's yard where it used to be a pond. That was the first thing I found. It had another grommet, almost exactly the same, with a little piece of string on it. Now David's going through his stuff. He racked up on the coins. He found a couple of wheats, I know. I don't think he found any silver this day. But he did manage to find, it looks like 6 coins. He got a little buckle, too. Found him a tiny little D buckle. I found one of those on the hunt we did today. Y'all be seeing soon. He found a bunch of these things that were just round lids. He thinks they were maybe the bottom off of like a grease gun or something. He just was plagued with those. I found bottle caps and the assortment of all the usuals, the pull tabs. He got as much of the scrap metal as I did, and just a whole bunch of that stuff. And there's another thing I found, another valve stem, as y'all have helped me identify. I even found the top to like a wine bottle. Had a nice cap on it, but a broken piece of bottle. So I wanted to give to David one of these things. I've shown y'all these before, but just some cool. I want to keep plugging those because I like them so much. It's a cool way to display your coins. Tell us how you display your coins. The ones that you really, really think are neat and special and rare, whatever. How do you display those things? Those are on Amazon, pretty cheap. There's also this type I've started using, and they're just flat little circular cases, and they've got these little white foam cutouts too that'll keep them from sliding around in the thing. But yeah, those are two I recommend so far. It's just a way to organize the ones that you really like. And as usual, we thank y'all for tuning in and spend a little time with us, and we'll see you on that next dig.
Hooray!